Okay, here we go. The Pen and Maggie Show.
He's about to get crazy and wild. Stay for a while. Don't touch your radio dial.
Pen and Maggie Show.
Kicking it back, sports talk. Listen to that and stay tuned for some giggles and laughs. Go.
All you care about are your stupid ratings. You're a horrible man.
Welcome to the Planet Mikey Show.
I didn't know that Mrs. Mutnansky cared.
Jeez.
I'm sorry. Did I
Early.
go there?
Yeah, it's cold.
So what, though? You know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
I don't give a shit. You know the stuff he said about me on the radio?
Oh.
He wanted me to drive off the road and hit a tree. He was talking about me. He wanted me dead. Imagine that. So what am I going to say? Oh, sorry, Mutt.
Hey, it's another opportunity for a comeback.
I'm still alive. By the way, I'm coming up in January on 50 years in broadcasting.
5-0.
I started when I was 6.
It's a strange business. You don't get a gold watch.
You get nothing.
No.
You get a gold nothing. You're lucky if you get a golden shower in this business.
Yeah. Every time I hear that song, WOLD by Harry Chapin.
Do you know the words to it?
Oh, yeah. I've played it a million times. Don't ask me to recite them.
No, I'll do the line. You do the next line.
Oh, Jesus.
The drinking I did on my last big gig, it made my voice go low. They said that they liked the young sound when they let me go.
Keep going.
It was 2 years, and I was into AM rock. You don't know that song, Smitty?
I thought I did. I played
It's my life story.
All right, tell us the story.
Except I never called my ex-wife and said, will you take me back once more, like he did in the song.
Oh, well.
And I don't remember the part of the song where he owned the #1 porn theater in New England for 10 years.
Actually, it was
honey,
longer
it's
than
me.
that. Anyway, Harry Chapin was a great guy.
Yep.
I partied with him and his band. We played a softball game one time. They had a beer keg at second base. So whenever anybody gets to second base, they can tap them.
Bingo.
It's just unbelievable. And then we had a lobster dinner up in Portland, Maine at DeMillo's on the waterfront.
You and Harry Chapin.
And his band. Well, it was I told you that story, right?
No.
Yeah, one of the sales reps, woman, we were all going to go to the Harry Chapin concert after we ate dinner, free dinner at DeMillo's.
Yeah.
So Harry Chapin's there. There's 3 or 4 guys in the band. We're at a big long table, and she sat right next to Harry because the only seat left. So we're talking, and blah, blah, blah. She didn't know who he was. She didn't know it was him. And so she goes, she says, so what do you do? He says, I'm a musician.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, do you play around here? He goes, sometimes, because the concert was at the Portland.
That's got to be funny for a guy like that.
And then finally someone said, well, Harry, you going to do Taxi tonight? Whatever. She got the blood drained from her face. She didn't know. But he wouldn't say anything. You know, he's not the type that would say anything. He was a very humble guy. Oh. Great guy. Half of everything he earned went to World Hunger.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was unbelievable.
Went to it?
He died.
He funded World Hunger? Sounds like a dick.
He gave money to World Hunger.
From the mouth of Ben Kitchen.
Jeez. Harry Chapin, I mean, the guy died 41 years ago, and he was a great guy, and you're ragging on him.
Yeah, that song Taxi, too, was another one that was overplayed, but what a song that is.
What a song.
Yeah.
And Harry's the only guy who had cello in his band.
Yeah.
Here's what you want. I want the listeners to this podcast to do one thing. If they can do one thing.
One thing.
Not like Odyssey, one thing, where, this is like, could just do this. Find the song Mr. Tanner by Harry Chapin and listen to it.
It's about Danny Tanner?
I think Ben should I think he's due for a timeout. Would you get his dunce stool in here and the hat? Make him wear the hat, too.
Sorry, Ben.
This is the Planet Mikey Podcast, episode 202.
Ooh. It's a palindrome.
We're almost at the 1 year, 3 years, 4 year marker. God, time flies when you're having a whiz-bang of a time, huh?
Whiz-bang.
Bill Smith, Ben Kitchen.
Thank you.
Hi.
And I'm George Soros. I fund all your favorite DAs.
Soon we'll own nothing and love it.
I guess I talked to Christian Arcand on Twitter or some kind of DM. And I said, you should come on. Just before I knew he was going to get a job at WEI.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got blown out of 98.5 unfairly because he was good.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Well, Beasley's letting people go occasionally.
Guess who's hiring?
Every company does it.
Well, Odyssey they hired Christian Arcand to be the producer of the afternoon show.
It's a good move.
And he'll add to that show.
Yeah.
And maybe he can even convince Mego to do the show nude, and then I would tune in on
man.
Twitch every single time.
Oh, she's a nice
That's
person.
about all I get is a Twitch these days.
Nice woman.
Anyway, so he's also going to have a weekend show. And I told him he'd come on the podcast here. You know, I mean, I did give him his big break in radio.
Mm-hmm. That was mentioned in the bio in the thing I read.
His big break.
He mentioned the Planet Mikey show.
I heard something ding. Was that my phone?
No, I think
Might
it's
have been
just the
mine.
music.
Okay, hold on a second. I got issues now.
Nope, nothing. There it is.
You
There
hear it
again.
again?
I heard it again.
My phone's ringing, and it's dinging, but there's nothing on it. Anyway, never mind all that stuff. We got more important stuff to talk about. And lots of it. So how you guys doing? Everything good? Okay?
Doing
okay,
great.
good. I asked only to be polite. All right. That's normal stuff in there. That's shrapnel, I call that. Lung shrapnel. It's from years of abuse.
You know, I was wondering if perhaps as a Lyft driver you are starting to encounter the people that are anticipating Black Friday and they want to get to the mall.
Well, I pick up people of all races.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, yes. They do want to. That's good. I had a big, real nightmare of a ride last year at Black Friday. Last year, though. Remember that?
Great.
Oh.
I can't wait to get on the road again. I picked up this guy.
Banned in Russia again.
He was from India, and his wife, she was also from India.
Yes.
And they were trying to go to the outlets. This is last year. Mm-hmm. And so I look. They lived in like Franklin, and the mall.
Remember this story?
Yes. It's like, okay. And I look at the app, and it says 4 miles, 59 minutes. I said, wait a minute, what? Was there a nuclear strike? No, it was the getting off 495 at the outlet malls down there, wherever they are.
Rentham?
Rentham. And then the exit ramp to get off, and then up the hill and to get up into that parking lot. It was 59 minutes from where it ended up only being like 49 because people were really moving it along pretty good. Keep the line moving. But I thought to myself, this really sucks. I should have dropped these two Indians on the highway.
And that was the Christmas rush. Was that what that was?
They were very nice people. I got them there, and I thought to myself, there's an hour I'll never get back. And the tab was like, $8.
But that was the cause of the traffic, was the holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was right. Black Friday. It's like, I hate Black Friday.
So are you not going to lift on Black Friday this year?
No, I may not ever lift again. I mean, I had a couple of really. See, here's
Or
what's
this song and dance.
Well,
I'll never lift again.
Here's what's going on. I don't. Did I tell you this one already? No.
It's like a true confession.
Yeah, I picked up this lady, and her boyfriend had ordered the car, and I was down in like Oxford. And I pick her up, and I said, where are we going? She's Boston. I look at the thing. It says an hour and 7 minutes. This is at 5 o'clock on a Friday.
Ooh.
Hour and 7 minutes to get to Boston from Oxford. So I said, and they're supposed to tell you if it's over 45 minutes, so you can reject the ride if you don't have an hour, plus an hour to get back.
Confess your sin,
If
Mike.
you don't have that time, then you can say, no, I don't want the ride. And no, but they didn't tell me that, so I pick her up. Now I'm going to not leave her stranded there. So I said, okay, this sucks. I drive her to Boston, but guess what? It wasn't an hour and 7. It was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Because the time kept, as I was going along, it said 53 minutes. And then I drive for 5 minutes, then it would say 57 minutes. Traffic. They had an accident. I suddenly realized how much I hate being a Lyft driver, Despite all the hot chicks I get to pick up. I don't pick up many hot chicks except when I'm Lyft driving. I think you know what I'm saying. So anyway, I don't think I'm going to do Lyft driving for a while. I may just give it up. Because it's not about the money for me anyway. I'm a trust fund baby.
Now, just think, you would be driving around, and the people in the backseat would be totally unaware who the driver was.
That's happened.
Mike Adams.
Every time I've driven anybody. Totally unaware. Anyway,
Yep.
so I may not do that anymore, but that's okay because I got other things going on.
Really?
Yeah. I just opened my new gigolo business. And I'm also a part-time pimp for other gigolos. So I'm going to do better. And I'm going to be able to get the most finest, cleanest gigolos in Massachusetts and send them to people's houses.
I've heard
I'll get
pimping
top
ain't
dollar
easy.
for that.
Is that not true?
What's that?
I've heard pimping ain't easy. Is that not true?
Oh, no, it's not easy. Well, first of all, it's your reputation that's really at stake, not the person you send out. Mm-hmm. When you pimp somebody out, if they embarrass you, you can be done with them. But so what? Your reputation's shot already. So you got to do a lot of background checks on these guys. I just made up a whole.
That was good,
that was
though.
like a reality show.
That was good, yeah.
We are brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates.
I'm sure they're thrilled to be after that.
I know, my God.
No, the great thing about Dr. Leonard and Dr. Matthew Lepresti and all the folks, Jeff Rogers, all the nice people, they don't give a shit what I say. I've known them so long. They know I'm going to say stuff that's bothersome. But I'm also going to say nothing but good things about the service they offer, which is permanent hair restoration. I might as well do this now.
Do it. Do
5
it now.
offices to
Tell
serve
us about
you.
the...
They're the best there is, and they are the hair replacement center for the stars. There's no question about it. The athletes and these guys, Rob Ninkovich, there's about 7 Patriots that are on the list. Hockey players. Kevin Chapman, the actor, his hair looks great.
Yep.
He's going to be on this podcast. He told me that today. You might have seen him in Mystic River.
Person of interest.
Yep.
Brotherhood.
He's been on, what's it called, Billionaire?
Tony V.
Billions?
Billions.
Last time I saw him, he was at a golf tournament with Tony V, and they were just sitting there laughing. Tony V makes everybody laugh.
Brotherhood, he played a real nasty guy.
He did.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you're balding and you don't want to be, it's simple. And they do this now. They have this hair follicle banking thing where they can take the follicles and save them for a later date and put them in. But you'll never know. It's first of all your own hair growing on your head. So it's not like you're getting hair from somebody. You don't want you to get your hair from somebody else and have it grow. You want your own hair, and that's what they do. They're wizards. 1-800-GET-HAIR. Go to hairdr.com. Dr. Robert Leonard, Dr. Matthew Lepresti, Leonard Hair Transplant Associates. 5 offices near you. 1 in Rhode Island, 1 in New Hampshire, 3 in Massachusetts. Tell them Mikey sent you. 3 or 4 people I've sent them this week already. I know a lot of bald guys for some reason. We're also sponsored by my grandma's coffee cake and many other nice, fine sponsors like Shawsheen Firearms and go ahead, name some other ones.
And Vinny's doing well with his with number 2, his son.
Number 2.
Yep, he's doing very well up there at Shawsheen Gunworks.
I was son number 2 in my family.
Hey, me too.
My father always used to say, "You're number 2." I say, "Oh, thanks. That's solid. Thanks, Dad." But I got over that, as you can tell.
And they were so thrilled they tried again.
Would you? I'm not sure they tried. I kind of ruined the experience for my younger brother. I mean, when I was going through school, everybody would say to me, "Oh, you're Chris's." My older brother Chris, my sister Paige, very smart, very, very good.
Your sister's older than you, right?
Yeah, well behaved. I mean, they were like model students, A students. So when I came along, they say, my first day of kindergarten, I got in trouble with Esther Grantstrom, the principal. She came down and started yelling at me because we knocked some kid off the tippy canoe and cut his head open by accident.
Sure.
And she's got her bony finger, stuffed it in my face, and she says, "Are you Chris Adams' brother?" And I'm like, "Yes." I was 5, first day of school. "He would never do this." "Are you Paige's brother?" "Yeah." "Yeah." "Well, she would do it." And she's got her finger in my face. And this is my first day of school. I'm thinking,
She's comparing you to your sister and brother.
this school thing is going to suck ass.
And it did.
And then my younger brother came along, and then everybody said, "Oh, you're his brother." Oh, they thought the worst was going to happen. But he was a good boy too. I was a black sheep of the family. I was a shithead in the family.
Little did they know, today you're Planet Mikey.
Yeah, right. Which is the same thing. We were going to talk about Edgar Buchanan. Remember?
Edgar, yeah.
Who?
Edgar
Could
Buchanan.
you just do me a favor? Take that screen off and Google Edgar Buchanan. Because remember, at the end of last podcast, we mentioned his name.
You did. You teased it.
And you go to IMDb, or not IMDb. You could just go down to the things he did. There he is, Uncle Joe from. For those who don't know, Edgar Buchanan.
Oh yeah, he was an uncle in like everything.
Everything,
He was in.
always an uncle. Now, not the filmography, because there's about he started it when he was 36 and he was in a million films, bit parts. Look at all the films. I mean, he did like 5 films a year because he was one of those guys that kind of every man type of guy. Yep. But the TV shows, I'm gonna have to move closer so I can read this. Oh, you know what I could do? I got these glasses.
You got those glasses right there, Mike. That's why they're there.
I got these glasses.
We call them Zooms.
let's say starting around 1950. Okay, he was in all those old westerns. Lawman, Wanted Dead or Alive with Steve McQueen. He was in Alfred Hitchcock Presents. He was in Whirlybirds. That was a show about helicopter pilots.
Yep.
Okay, did you move that screen? Yeah,
did.
Wagon Train, Route 66, Bat Masterson, Bronco, tearing across the Texas plain, Bronco Lane.
Wow.
Remember that?
Bonanza, Maverick,
Everything.
The Rifleman.
Dennis the Menace, the Lloyd Bridges Show. Remember him? Beverly Hillbillies, Petticoat Junction. He had an ongoing thing with Petticoat Junction, but the thing about Edgar Buchanan was he was in every show at one time or another, in one part or another. Isn't that interesting? And you know what he was before he became an actor at age 36? A dentist.
Really?
Isn't that weird? He's got to get back to his roots there. So, I mean, the reason I bring him up is because I'm infatuated with it. What is that?
Got a clip of him on Bonanza.
Oh, what's he saying?
Check
Where's
this.
Little Joe?
There he is. He's
It's not a clip.
That's him right there.
Okay.
He man's the chuck wagon. That's what he's doing right now.
Anyway, good for him though. He made a living as an old regular looking dude, and he was the Uncle Joe. And there's Uncle Joe. He's a moving kind of slow at the junction. Petticoat Junction. Remember?
Yep.
Okay, little old stuff.
That was good though. Yeah, the old stuff though, it's classic.
I had to get that out of there. Have you guys seen that there's a Donald Trump bear you can buy? Have you seen that on TV?
No.
It's called the Trumpy bear. You can Google it. It'll come up. There's a website. And you can, I saw this and I
Oh,
said,
Jesus.
See it? Trumpy Bear, the America First Edition. 19 look, just 3 easy payments of $19.95 each for a stuffed
Jesus.
bear that has blonde hair that's full.
Wonderful teddy bear.
Wait, order now and you'll get a second.
Can you do more Trump? Can you do the
second.
Trump voice?
Do it. Oh, you mean me?
Say this. Say, hello, my name is Bill Smith. Say that.
My name is Bill Smith, and
That
do
sounds
that.
just like him.
Some really great people on both sides. I can't quite get it. I
You'll be
just
there.
started.
You'll get there.
It'll come.
Just
You'll
started.
get there. Anyways, 1995. We should get them as a sponsor. A Trumpy Bear. Get your commemorating added bonus cozy flag themed blanket inside.
There it is. Adorable.
That's just. I mean, they'll sell anything now.
God.
They know. If they sell that Loomy stuff for your butt crack to make it smell better, they'll sell these.
God bless America.
Oh my God! I heard a news story that brown noise is supposedly good for people with ADD. Now, do you know what brown noise is?
Why, no. We know of pink noise and white noise.
White noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brown noise is the rumbling sound of like engine when you're on a plane and that you can hear the engines.
Why did that make us laugh?
That's a different kind of brown nose.
7
noise.
years old.
Now, brown noses like Joe Zarbano, that's different than brown noise.
There's brown.
This is brown noise.
Oh, that is comforting.
It is. I can think more clearly on it.
It's like if you had a subwoofer. Listen to that.
You know that brown nose and brown noise are one letter different. You can't have brown noise without an I. Without I. In brown nose, you can have it. Joe Zarbano was the biggest brown noser I ever met. Unbelievable. He was Mr. Butt kissing, ass kissing, brown nosing. Remember him when he was doing that stuff?
come on, man.
Brown nose Kevin Graham. Brown nose Phil Zachary. Brown nose Jeff Brown. Brown nose everybody. Brown nose me. Okay, sorry. I have
That was like a nice
Let them
ear
see your
massage.
face.
Don't
You're
push
so pretty. You're gonna deny them.
you push my scripts.
Yeah. Put the paper in front of your face.
I can't do this.
no one can see.
I've never been on camera before.
My God.
I want to talk about what happened to me on my betting last night. I got all I needed to tie in 2 different parlays and win all my money back from the weekend was for the Philadelphia Eagles at home I teased them to 4.5 points. All they had to do was win by 5. And these are the 8-0 Philadelphia Eagles, by the way, playing the only team in the NFC East that isn't over 500, the Washington Commanders. I still call them the Redskins, whether the people like it or not, because old habits die hard. The Commanders. That doesn't even sound like a real.
No.
You know, it sounds like a bad movie. The Washington Commanders. Come on, shut that up. I know Redskins is politically incorrect. Okay, why don't they go with the Washington Warriors? Why don't they go with
That's a better name.
the Washington Weasels or the Whack Jobs or something? Anything with a W, alliterative works.
Some alpha male or beta male, that's it, was sitting around in that meeting saying, "Oh, I don't know, Warriors. It's like war.
It could be connoted as an Indian thing.
It's war.
Oh yeah, cram it up your ass,
It's violent.
fool. Now you got the Commanders.
And then they could have played scenes from the movie The Warriors on the Jumbotron to fire them up.
I want them all. I want all the Warriors.
There it
But
is.
they're
dig it?
and for some reason, I don't care if I bet on the Warriors to win.
Yep.
I'm not the Warriors. The Commanders.
The Commanders.
If I bet on them to win, they lose. If I bet on them to lose, they win.
Oh.
Every time I bet the Washington football team's bets, I lose my ass. So last night, of course, it was the Commanders against the Eagles, undefeated at home. All they needed is win by 5. They didn't even win the game. They got beat by 10 or 11 or something like that.
Dare I ask how much you lost?
Last night?
Yeah.
About 100.
Fake news.
And, things in
At
Washington.
the end of the
never-
year, I'll have it good.
Oh, great. We'll have something to look forward to. Can't wait. Right. As soon as Trump becomes irrelevant, you get your impersonation of him down pat perfectly.
I'm always a little late.
Democracy. I'll tell you what. It really bothers me when I hear people say, "But it's our democracy. They're saving our democracy." Shut the fuck up with that democracy shit. The democracy worked perfectly. That's exactly what was supposed to happen. But the insurrection, the deadly insurrection. Yeah. How many people died? 1. And was it a cop? No. No, it was a woman who was protesting, and she got killed, Smitty.
Yep.
It wasn't deadly. The riots in the summer of 2020 were deadly.
They're doing that little psychological trick on people. No, the sky's not blue. The sky is green. That's it. Yeah, it's green. No, but wait, it looks blue. No. You go to jail if you say that kind of shit.
I just want to go to jail just so I can get away from all these assholes.
I have a feeling there's a lot of assholes in jail, Mike.
You have a feeling?
I do.
Have you explored that?
No, I know some people.
With Mike's luck, the security cameras will go dark.
I have one news story.
News?
You've heard about this crypto guy that's done a Bernie Madoff on the whole world?
Sam Bankman-Fried, whatever his name is.
Yep.
SBF.
This guy, all right, so let me get a story. The New York Times got some blowback over an article it published on Sam Bankman-Fried. Is it Fried or Fried?
Fried, I believe. Just call him SBF.
Stupid.
Don't go there.
Critics slammed it as a puff piece. New York Times wrote a puff piece for this guy on the accused crypto fraudster. That's going to be his label for the rest of his life.
Crypto fraudster.
The crypto fraudster.
Sounds like a character in a Batman cartoon.
He really did. You know what he did? He was evil on both sides of this. They quoted him extensively in the story, noting that he spoke to the newspaper in an interview on Sunday. They call him SBF. So from now on, I'm going to call him SBF.
SBF. Not like SBD.
And he said, "You would have thought that I'd be getting no sleep right now, but instead I'm getting some." His company was worth as much as $32 billion a year ago. He says it could be worse. The media critic from the news site Gizmodo writes that they lay out the facts in a way in the New York Times story that is actually beneficial, makes him look better than he really is.
Wow.
So the New York Times,
they didn't use the word fraud, scam,
Exactly.
like any of those key buzzwords.
That tells you he's one of them.
They were definitely protecting him.
Sure.
Yeah,
or coddling him.
Yeah, it read as if the Times had conducted an interview with Bernie Madoff after his Ponzi scheme collapsed and ultimately suggested he just made some bad investments.
Yeah. Giant money laundering. Jesus.
He lost a lot of money, and here's his quote. "It was substantially larger than I had thought it was." In fact, the downside risk was very significant. Had I been more concentrated on what I was doing, I would have been able to be more thorough. That's after losing $32 billion of other people's money.
Yep.
He's like, oh, I should have been more careful. Fuck you. Anyway, the story portrays SBF as a charitable entrepreneur who went under and does not mention the words fraud, criminal, substance abuse, friends and family, Bahamas, KYC, racket, hack, stolen funds, or wiped servers. Doesn't mention any of that shit.
Or government connections.
Reuters reported that at least $4 billion of the FTX funds, including customer assets, were used to fund Alameda Research's activities in apparent violation of U.S. securities laws.
And the 2022 election for the Democrats.
And the 2022 election.
Yep.
He funded it.
Yep.
Now, with stolen, fake, fraudulent money. I mean,
it worked.
He should be in fucking jail, this guy.
He won't be.
Nope.
And by the way, when it comes to the election stuff, isn't it kind of odd that every time they have to extend the counting past the election day, like by a day or two or a week, that the numbers do nothing but go up for Democrats?
Yes, it's true.
They don't go down. They never go for the Republican. They go up, up, up. Oh, this candidate was leading in this race, and up. Oh, look what happened. Now you're not leading because we waited 6 more days and we counted every single ballot and we went and found some. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah. And box trucks pull up with boxes full of ballots.
We forgot these 50,000 voters here. It's honestly.
Meanwhile,
it's all rigged.
2 huge states, Florida, Texas, got them all counted.
One day.
Just like that. Boom. Like you're supposed to.
Like you're supposed to.
Mail-in voting.
California. No. Philadelphia. Oh. Arizona.
Georgia.
It's very troubling to me.
Nevada.
And Carrie Lake, who I think is hot.
Arizona.
She I think she's hot. Yeah. I also like some of the things that she said. All of a sudden, she's lost now. She was ahead too.
Yeah.
You know,
She's smart and a fighter.
I have. You know how I've had a list of ways to improve some various sporting events.
Yes, like 2 pucks for hockey games and
I call that 2 pucks a court.
5-point area on the basketball court.
That's the one I was going to mention. I've been watching a lot of basketball because my son Willie
Go right ahead.
loves basketball.
Who's this guy? Who's his favorite player?
Well, he's a Celtic guy. He likes Marcus Smart, and he has a Tatum shirt, Zero shirt. He's a Celtic kid, but he likes it all. He pays attention to all the teams and all the players. He knows where they're from and what college they went to, if they did go to college, and he's into it. But at the end of each game, we go through this ritual, which is like, it's a 4-point. They're going to stop, timeout, foul. The last 5 minutes, or the last 2 minutes of every basketball game takes 10 minutes minimum of TV time. So it's annoying.
Well, they're going to address that at some point because they did just address the breakaway rule, which was slowing things down too, and it's actually made it move a little more seamlessly. So that's probably the next thing they're going to address is.
Well, my solution is better than whatever they're going to come up with.
Oh,
I promise you that. It gets to the end, to the last 2 minutes of the game. Instead of going through this whole foul, you're down. You foul people so you can get the ball back and try to get 2 points. You're down 3 and hope the other team misses on their free throws.
Are you about to tell us the new Adams rule?
Well, this is a tier of different rules.
Yes.
For the end of the game, 2 minutes left.
By Mike Adams.
There's a lines painted on the court. There's a 3-point line. We know about that one. Make a bigger, wider loop further back. 4-point line. And then the half court is a 5-point line. So now you're down with 11 seconds left. You're down 6. You can shoot a half court shot and go bang. You're right back in the game. But it's a half court shot. It's not something easy like a 3-pointer. These guys make threes like they're nothing now. Yeah. The 4-point line and the 5-point line are just like different denominations back all the way to the half court.
More effort.
That would solve that problem.
More skill.
Because now you can shoot that shot and then rebound it and kick it back out and try it again.
Guys will be practicing that 5-point shot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it would be an exciting shot.
I agree.
There's a lot wrong with the NBA. And let me say, first and foremost, the refs. I teased the Celtics down on my bet. They were 11.5. I teased them down to 6.5 points. So they had to win by 7 last night against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yeah, very young team, but they could have done. They were home. They ended up winning by 4 or whatever because of the refs at the end of the game. I mean, these refs are stupid, and they're crooked. They're proven to be crooked in the past, and some of them are even women.
Do you,
Even.
do you want to call Tim Donaghy? I have his number.
Let's call Tim Donaghy
Crooked
and tell him
ref.
to go fuck himself. And by the way, the other thing is,
I don't know why I have his number, but I do.
is if the refs are crooked and incompetent, and now they're even women, you can't even say the same thing to them that you would say to a man ref.
Oh, you're true. Yeah.
Because you're going to get brought up on charges.
Well, you saw that bullcrap technical that Jason Tatum got for loud clapping?
Yes.
The league rescinded it today, thankfully, because this is the dumbest thing.
Well, but in the process of a game, it can change the complexion of not only my bets, but the game itself.
Well, your bets are more important.
The refs are honestly, the NBA refs have always sucked. Sometimes the NFL refs are bad, but now they got everybody watching them and they replays. But then again, last night's game, the Eagles, the pace of that game was changed completely when they didn't call a face mask. That was obvious. Hey, did you see that?
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
So I hate refs. I hate them with a passion. I'm not a killer, but if I was a killer, I'd kill the refs. I'm not a killer, though. I don't believe in murder. I really don't. Although that crypto guy, maybe I'd kill him. I mean, I could get, how much money could I get if I get that $32 billion back for the people that lost all that money? I would accept that as a bounty on the crypto guy.
How much?
I mean, let's say $32 billion.
Whoops.
What?
Wow, what happened?
Nothing.
Let's say there's $32
Yes,
billion.
Jesus.
$32 billion they lost. Okay, I'll get your money back, and I'll kill the guy. You give me $1 billion.
That sounds fair. Can I get 5,000? I just need a little bit of money.
Just for the hell of it. Change my life, would you?
Give me 5,000.
I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you on that.
Thanks.
So did we cover?
Isn't that how much Kanye lost in a day?
Something like that.
Billions?
That was a lot of
stupidity? That's just stupid. But it wasn't other people's money. It was his money. This guy's losing other people's money. I call it OPM, just to be cool about it.
Yeah.
So the other thing I want to change about the NBA, which it really bothers me, it's kind of a personal thing. In the old days of when I grew up watching sports, when someone scored a touchdown or made a shot, they didn't pound their chest and scream, like a rabid, they just went down the other end and played defense. It was like, okay, you act like you've been there before. You do what you're supposed to do. Gale Sayers had 6 touchdowns in one game. He just dropped the ball. He didn't slam it.
Against San Francisco.
Yeah.
He didn't throw it and then look at me, look what I did. Pound his chest and look at me, I'm the great. No, it's a team sport. These guys do it in the NBA. They make a basket, or they're 7'1", then they go up, they jam one, and they come down like, look at me. Shut the fuck up. You're 7'1". You're supposed to be used to slamming the ball. You score 30 points a game. Everybody watches you play 80 games a year and score 30 points a game. This is not a weird occurrence. You made a basket. You're a basketball player. Stop trying to bring special attention to yourself and play a team sport and get your ass back there and play defense and stop being an asshole, a self-aggrandizing asshole. Like so many of these athletes. Look at me. Look at me. Shut the fuck up. You think Bill Russell did that shit? Come on. He got 11 rings. You think he did that? The real pros, they don't have to, point how great they are. People know it. And that's what I'm sick and tired of that with all these athletes. And the baseball players do the same thing. They pimp their home run trots. They look up, they thank the Lord, they point skyward. They blow kisses at God or whoever died and their family is up in heaven. Yeah, they did that. No, you hit the ball because you're a baseball player. You've been doing it your whole life and you're talented. And this is your fucking job. So stop acting like you're God because you did something. How's that?
Probably thanking God for that huge salary.
Huh?
I say probably thanking God for that huge salary.
What?
Sorry, I was trying to get a technical.
God damn it.
So anyway, that's all I got to say about that. And I'm not angry, really. I'm just kind of disgusted by the whole thing, You guys don't do that. Billy Smith, when you push the right button, and you always do, You don't go, hey, did you see that? I pushed that button pretty good. No, people expect it of you because you're the consummate professional and you do it every time. You never let them down. But you don't look for special treatment because you push the button, right?
Damn it.
And when Ben does his Donald Trump impersonation and it's spot on, he doesn't expect us to, like, laud him or give him a trophy, right?
My name is Bill Smith.
See,
and
sounds
here's
just
where
like
I
him.
live.
Sounds just like him.
Very good, Ben.
Thank you.
It's unbelievable. I got to get out of here. I got to take my son to basketball practice. So can we get Joe and Jerry in here? They're very excited about this song they're doing today. Are you guys excited?
Very excited.
I'm excited.
There's nothing like Joe and Jerry. They actually love coming in here on this show. Never mind their
I
big...
think I'm going to lay back and kick off my shoes.
Everybody get on your feet. You make me nervous when you're in your seat. Take off your shoes, unhide your feet. We're doing a dance that can't be beat. We're barefootin'. We're barefootin'. Barefootin', Joe. Yeah, barefootin'. Hey, Troop, went to a party the other night. Long, tall Sally was out of sight. Threw away her wig and her high sneakers, too. She was doing a dance without any shoes. She was barefooting, Joe. At Shaw's. She was barefooting. 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 Hey, little girl with your red dress on. I bet you can barefoot all night long. Take off your shoes and throw them away. Come back and get them another day. We're barefooting. Barefooting is better than barebacking. We're barefooting. Barefooting. Hey, everybody, we're barefooting. Take off your fucking shoes. I put them back on. Little John Henry, he said to Sue, if I barefoot, would you barefoot too? Sue told John, I'm 32. I was barefooting since I was 2. Barefooting! Hey, barefooting! They was barefooting. We barefooting. Something smells in here. It's the barefooting people, Joe. Stinky feet. Smells like Fritos in here. Smells like an old hamper. Smells like your ass.